Facts and evidence is very important because in this country, it's innocent until proven guilty. But before we start this edition, well, if you like the programming here at Cast TV and Man with the Show, you could help support us by basically going to teespring.com, whereas we have several products there, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs. Proceeds go to help support this channel. Also, you can go to buymeacoffee.com where you can buy me a cup of coffee, or one, two, or even more. Proceeds from that also goes to new programming and current shows here on Cast TV. Well, what a tale of a hornet's nest we weave, because the insanity just continues. Well, in the last two episodes, we've been talking about Vic Mignogna, who's the voice actor in Dragon Ball and a lot of other animes. Also, he's Kirk on the Star Trek Continues series. You can find that on YouTube. He's been accused of homophobia and misconducts throughout I would have to say, over 10 years now. Lately, and it's just been ramped up very highly. And with this whole situation on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, that basically things have been sort of like more oil on the fire, as they say. And a lot has been going on in the last 24 hours. First, I just want to say I want to thank Yellow Flash, Clownfish TV, and Hero High, I think what it is, for some of this information, because they have been bringing this out into the light of these situations. Especially last night, Yellow Flash had this great live cast last night. And I'm still filtering through a lot of information myself. And he had a ton of information that spanned years, of all these, allegations and everything. And, he's showing how it just basically doesn't fit to any of the narratives that have been pushed. And basically the way I'm seeing it, it's starting to shape up to be just literally a snow job here. I've said, give the benefit to the person that has been abused, attacked, raped, or anything of that nature. But we also got to be careful, because now we have people who are in sort of mobs, and things can be said that just basically are hearsay. And this is why we're in courts. When you're in courts, when they said, well, I heard this guy said that he carried a gun. Who did you see him carry a gun? No, I didn't see a gun. My best friend told me. That's hearsay. And I've seen that, and I've been filtering in the last 24 hours a lot of Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and a lot of other things that just basically has blown my mind on how this has just been really escalated. And I just don't know how it is. From what I understand now, I think Vic might have hired a lawyer, from my understanding. So I think this is going to go into legal matters, which, a lot of people says, well, what's he going to do? They're going to side with the person that accused them. But see, here's the thing. One, there has been no police reports or any investigations or anything of that nature that has been posted for years. Okay? Two, basically, if there was any investigations, the media would have picked up on it, and we've heard about it. And basically, he would have been banned from a lot of Comic-Con, especially now with all this stuff. There was that story out of Dragon Con. I think I think it was Dragon Con, that one of the guys who was part of the con itself found out that he was a pedophile or something of that nature. I don't have the whole story on that, but you know what that means. And he's banned, completely out of the business on this. Now, 3, there has been no police reports or anything of that nature that has been posted for years. And basically, he would have been banned from a lot of Comic-Con, especially now with all this stuff. The guys who was was part of the con itself found out that he was a pedophile or something of that nature. I don't have the whole story on that, but basically, a lot of people says, well, I saw him do this. I saw him grab somebody. I saw him kiss somebody this certain way. Now, this is 2019. And as I've been going through a lot of the site, Twitter and all that, most of these postings where people have accused him and stuff like that, or said that basically secondary, and I'm talking secondary, not the main accusers, the secondary people that said, well, I seen it. You know, there are no photos, video. As someone put it, everybody who has a phone has a TV studio built into their pockets. You know, you've seen this whole thing where on the streets where, you know, a cop is fighting with a criminal, you know, people are taking shots of that. Why haven't we seen any, and I'm talking any video footage? And if you tell me, well, that's before, no, I'm sorry, any video footage from any con where this has occurred. And if you have it out there, please do give it in. Let us see it, because basically, plain and simple, it, as far as right now, it doesn't exist. It just plainly doesn't exist. Now, I'm going to take away from this a moment to talk about the homophobia. Now, from what I understand and from what I got from the Twitter, and I think this is where people were very, very confused. Now, he is a Christian. I mentioned this in the other story before. Basically, there are these things called yaos. I may be pronouncing them wrong. Yaos. They are sort of fan pictures, drawings of characters from anime in gay postures, like you see Vegeta and Goku kissing, that kind of a situation. One thing Vic has said, he will not sign anything that's not canon, that he will not do anything, sign anything pornographic of anything of that nature. Now, from what I've seen from some of the things, people are like, oh, I guess he's a homophobic. That doesn't mean you're homophobic. Some of this stuff is a little ridiculous, and I can understand why he wouldn't sign some of this, at first I thought, oh, maybe religious. No, it's not really signed, because I found a video online, and I thank someone on also one of the guys out there that posted this. Basically, it explains itself. He goes out and defends some gay attendees at a con, because if you've been to a con recently, you got these religious rights standing in front there, damning you. And see it. It's happened here in New York. It's happened at San Diego Comic-Con. It's happened at Dragon. It's happened at pretty much every con. And here's the bit of the clip.
That's not what I said. What I said was, it is God's love that draws people to repentance, not hatred and wrath and judgment. It's God's love and desire for them that draws them to Him. And you guys, if you have any desire to reach these people for God, you should be telling them about His love for them.
Unless you repent, you will likewise.
To me, seeing this video in its entirety, to be called a homophobic and to see this, totally not true. Basically, it is a misconception, and I think it's coming from, basically, he doesn't sign non-canon photos, non-canon drawings. So, that kind of puts it into that perspective. Now, getting back to these other situations, several things have been posted here. And this is recently. And here's where we go in a slippery slope of a danger here now. Now, we have this picture here. And you see this here. And this was posted up by this person. And you see here, he's giving it a nice hug. And it's, the person's not feeling a little under the weather there. Now, and I have to thank Aurora on Twitter for this. Basically, and let me get to the right page if I can find it here. There is a closed group. Now, I didn't get the name of the closed group. I'm still trying to get that information, but still, it's not important. The next clips I'm about to show you, basically, don't go out there looking for these people. Don't go out there attacking them or anything of that nature. Just let this go, because basically, the old saying, what comes around goes around. And if Vic hired a lawyer, it's going to come around. And if you don't think so, ask the people that just got court documents from the Covington High School case over at Twitter, people on Twitter, and at CNN, at USA Today, and Kathy Griffin, and a couple of other people who have posted some things that have been nasty online concerning that particular case. Now, what I'm going to show you here is, and once again, I thank Yellow Flash and a couple other sites on there, Hero High also, that posted this as well. And of course, Aurora, who posted this on her, he or she posted on her site, because I'm not sure if it's a male or female. This is from some closed group. Now, the closed group, I guess, is discussing the situation. One member puts out about the picture that I just showed you. You should Photoshop that picture so it looks like Vic's hand is on your chest. That way, no one can claim it's out of context and it makes Vic look worse than he is. Are you trying to falsify information? And you can see the next level of the person below that said, falsifying evidence is gross. And the response is, even if it helps make Vic look bad, and it says, even if it makes Vic look like Hitler. And basically, whoever this person is, ooh, that would be fun. Someone should add that Hitler mustache to him. Then again, already know that he hates Jews, which that's another situation. That's been coming up also, which basically that he's anti-Semitic, which that doesn't show either. Continuing on, and it says, why would you even suggest to edit evidence? Another person has said, that will be pretty much throwing out the case of law, and it would bring doubt to the other allegations. If anything, this would help. And the response is, not if the Photoshop looks convincing. And I think, what was it, the answer? There is always a way to figure out if something is shopped, even if it does not help you when you talk about Photoshopping in a public group where anybody could see it. And hang on a second here. Then, of course, I guess whoever this was, and I think, looking at it, whoever Mark is, if you keep leaking such and such from my group, I'll kick you out. I'm extremely displeased with you. Once again, I apologize. I thought this idea was to make up whatever we can to make him look bad. Oh, but if you're not mad at the such and such, or that lets under kids drink at the con, yeah, that makes sense. You know what? You swing your authority around when it's convenient for you. Now, this is scary at this point, where basically you have people, and I'm hearing this is not the only group, that there are others out there. I haven't seen the information yet. Like I said, I'm still filtering through a lot of stuff. I've asked other YouTubers to send me what they have. I've only heard from one or two others. Basically, you have people out there that are advocating. It could be one person, it could be two persons, that advocating to create evidence in a situation that basically hasn't been adjudicated, hasn't gone to a court, but they want to put more oil to the fire, per se. Now, since this posting, somebody had mentioned in Twitter in one of the groups that basically one of the characters in this group that said that their Facebook has been hacked, that basically this was a faked ID, that this doesn't represent them or any of that nature. I mean, I tried looking up the account and I can't find the account at all now. So it's possibly that the account has been deleted. The person that mentioned that it's been faked, they do have an account on another site, and I'm flipping through that as well. And so far, I haven't seen anything going back a little bit to what the original Facebook posting of that mentioning anything of Vic, but that's also been purged as well. Not giving, I'm not saying giving the benefit of the doubt, possibility they might be hacked as well, but nevertheless, reading through some of the passages, there's some questions on some of the passages as well on there, and basically it doesn't look good. It looks like someone that's emotionally depressed, sad, which basically, that's what a lot of people are online. They're mad, they're sad, they're upset, depressed, and basically they just got a chip on their shoulder, which is the possibility. But like I said, this is not something that's been adjudicated, so basically we're only seeing what we see right now, which is, like I said, it's a scary thing. Another thing here, and this is something from a long time ago, and it was reposted recently. This is something from talk about going back on the Wayback Machine. And the person that posted this, they said, look how long ago to this answer to Yahoo question posted 6 years ago that Vic has been a creep at least 6 years. This isn't something new, people, that Vic, whatever he's on, used to be someone I really looked up to, but those days are gone. And the posting that they're talking about is that they're talking about, and they say, I'm not sure about Anime Matsura, but I know he's been banned from several conventions. He's outward, very cool, and a nice person who's great to be fans from what I heard on multiple occasions. He's been caught having intimate moments with minors in secluded areas like closets and elevators. It is legal to make any such advances toward minors and certainly on there. Once again, this is 6 years ago. If something like this happened and you heard about it, have you not reported it? Have you not said something? Have you not photographed it? And basically, it's, this is many things that like this that I've been seeing from page to page. And other pages that I've seen is basically where someone says, well, I heard from a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend that this happened at this convention, or we gotten together as a group to talk about him and how bad he was onto there, that he was not a good person, or I was in an elevator with him and he put my hand up his skirt and stuff like that. And some of it has been sort of mixed up also with another voice actor, Tom Habernack. I can never pronounce his name either. Who plays also Spock on the continuous series as well. And there have been allegations with him, which that basically has been debunked because basically he has also supplied his text messages, which basically that he produced that makes it sound not to the way the accuser is going toward. And a lot of people has confused that issue and thrown it into the Vic issue, and it's sounding like that Vic had done it. Now, this is, like I said, there's a lot more I can give you. And unfortunately, it would spend hours. It's like last night with Yellow Flash. Last night, he was on till about, I think, 1 a.m. my time. he says he went through a lot, and basically there's so much more you could look into, but it keeps circling in the same direction backwards. It just keeps going and going and going and going, and it leads to the same direction, the same original texting from years ago, from Tumblr. Basically, it surrounds those particular segments that were produced. Now, here's the other thing that gets me on there. Now, some people are starting to attack Yellow Flash, and they're starting to attack Clownfish TV. You know, Anime News Network was attacking Clownfish TV, calling them Nazis. There was another site that was attacked on, same situation. Yellow Flash is being attacked by other YouTubers. One person, I guess her name's Mars Girl, I'm not certain on that, and posted that she was trying to get him kicked off. Which, we've heard this before from other YouTubers, and when YouTubers say, I'm going to get someone else banned, it's generally death for their channel, generally. But the other thing is, and she tends to, it looks like she injects herself into every tweet that has anything to do with Vic. And you can go out there, click on every other tweet, and you'll see her name pop up on there that she retweets. Then she comes out and says, I wish Vic that would publicly disavow members of the alt-right coming to his defense to harass people. When did this have to do with the alt-right? Okay, he is a Christian. Christians are not all alt-right. Do you understand that? And basically, this is not a political issue. This is an issue of accusations by people who are accusing him of doing certain things, which basically, at this moment, all we have is accusations. As one other YouTuber says, we need facts and evidence. We do not have the facts and evidence. All we have is the accusations. Accusations, you can accuse as much as you want into any situation, whether it's rape, whether it's murder, whether it's a robbery, or any of that situation. Allegations is an allegations. The facts and evidence is what a court would see into the situation. Look at any episode of Law and Order Criminal Intent when it comes to that. And in fact, there is a great episode of Law and Order Criminal Intent where it takes it from both ends of the accused and the accuser, and it leaves it off to what you believe at the end of the story, because basically both ends, the story tends to be, not 100%. And the evidence isn't there, the facts are not there. So basically, it just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. And this is what this is going. There are no facts. All we have is the word of what is being posted. And I always says, if something has happened to you, yes, you should speak out. But you should go walk into that police station or walk over to the people that run the convention. Tell them, or the hotel, this has happened to me. I want to press charges against so-and-so. We have not seen that. Like I said, the Me Too has just only started in the last couple of years. But let me tell you, people have come forward on a lot of accusations in the last several years, even going back 10 years back. Like I said, I've heard these stories before, but I've not seen any facts or evidence to the nature. And I've said in the other episodes that, we must give the benefit of the doubt the situation of the accusers. But if the accusers are not giving the facts, if they're not giving the evidence, then, what can we do from this point on? Vic has lost his job. Funimations has parted ways with him, as far as we can see. So is Rooster Teeth. A lot of people he's worked with has turned against him. They've turned their backs on him. And basically, if you notice, the media hasn't picked up on this. The full and mainstream media have not picked up on this case. The only one that's picked up is the one that's been fueling the fire, and that's been Anime News Network, which it's not saying that they've done something bad, but the certain people there, because there are good reporters at Anime News Network, but certain people there have posted pictures, and we saw this already, of girls that basically, that their photos have been removed now, that said none of that has happened to what the article at Anime News Network had represented. And, you know, you hear a lot of stories that, you know, that anime is under attack. And it's kind of curious that these stories have been ramped up since prior to the opening release of Dragon Ball Super's Broly movie, which is doing phenomenal business both overseas and here in the U.S. And it's curious that this has been attacked at, and many other animes, actors, voice actors have been attacked as well recently. You know, we've seen situations like this on Star Trek. We've seen situations on Doctor Who. We've seen stuff at, you know, Comicsgate, Gamergate. You know, we've gotten to the point where they're just tearing the fandom apart. And I'm talking totally apart. And, you know, I know I've been running this for a bit now. It's probably one of my longest episodes to date. But this is true. You know, we need to speak up and, you know, get this all cleared up. And I hope Vic takes this moment to get it cleared up in the courts. And if it is false, there is going to be retribution. And like I said, you can ask the Covington lawyers how much retribution there can be, because they're going after the mainstream media, people on Twitter, and other postings that basically had said negative things against the kids there, and basically it's done harm to these kids. Basically, you know, physical harm is being, people have been coming to them, you know, online, says, you know, let's get these kids. So, you know, now here we got this story where basically he's lost his job. People have turned away from him, you know, accusing him of all these things. Are they true? Facts and evidence. I'll say this again. Facts and evidence. Do we have that? No. We have accusations. Accusations do not hold up in court. And even if it's able to be held up, they get knocked out on appeal. Because basically, you know, all this situation where basically people are throwing fuel on the fire, you know, and they say, well, it's like saying, you know, you're saying fire in the theater. You can't say fire in a movie theater. You get in trouble for that. And this is what's happening here. You're yelling fire in a Twitter room or a Reddit room. You know, we can't do that. We're better than that, especially on this side of the world. You know, where on the other side of the world, you get people dying for the littlest things, getting jailed for the littlest things, for saying certain things. We got to be better than that. And I hope we get this resolved. Because basically there is going to be another one coming down the pike. Now, I myself have not been attacked way, because my channel is a little small. You know, I'm still building, but I've done this for a long time before YouTube. I've said this before, and I've seen where accusations and stuff like this has hurt people in this line of business, and this is long before Twitter. This is where the newspapers and television, the original television back in the 80s, they hurt certain people on television, and basically, they're no longer in business because of things that were said, and there are fights in court for this situation. So, comment below. Tell me what you think of this situation. Also, I would like to welcome my new subscribers. Welcome aboard. Get ready for the ride, as I've been saying on there. You're having your moment in the asylum, as I used to say. And thank you for subscribing. And thank you for all your comments below. For all the positive comments below there. Continue them. Do tell your friends. If anything, take this video, send it to your friends, tell them what's going on. If you can get at least 10 people to see this video, I'd appreciate it. And not only my video, go over to Yellow Flash and Clownfish TV and Hero High. Pass those videos on, because I know some people have passed on the Yellow Flash and the Clownfish TV videos to me. And I thank them for that, because there was one video I didn't catch, and one of the guys threw that at me, and I'm glad I got to see that one. That was the Hero High one. So thank you for that as well. So don't forget, if you haven't yet, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you know when new episodes of Man with the Show air on Cuticast TV. Woo! Well, our next episode will be Monday. We're going to try to change gears a little bit. We'll continue to monitor the situation with Vic as much as possible, but there's some other things that are breaking. In fact, it's breaking right now. There's an Amazon Jeff Bezos story that's floating around. That's again, the mainstream media in trouble again in another direction on there. And it has to deal with some blackmailing that's going on, or accusations of blackmailing, however you want to put it. And it's kind of funny onto there. Also, there's some new issues. Another YouTuber, Doomcock, he's brought out about Star Trek, that a lot of the stories that he's been telling everybody, it's coming true. That he was right on certain things. Midnight Edge, another YouTube page, has confirmed this situation. So we're going to be looking at. There's going to be a lot this weekend I'm going to be looking into. And like I said, I'm sorry that this video has been a little bit longer than usual. So let me end this with, hold up a mug of coffee for me. Buy me one, actually. Go buy me a coffee.com. The links are below. Or hold me up a pint of beer, or a little glass of water, anything to drink. Like me, don't get me a popularity award. We'll see you on the rebound on Monday morning. You know what it is. The game is over.